Do you want your own private post office? We've got the Dymo Desktop Mailing Solution on this episode of Gadget. We'd like to thank our production sponsors, the University Catholic Center, the California Province of the Society of Jesus, and Gateway. Hello and welcome back to Gadget at thetechstop.net. It's a place where it's always time to get your geek on. I'm your host, Father Robert Balliser of the Society of Jesus. I'm a member of the California Province of the Jesuits. We're the largest religious order in the Catholic Church, and we're here in the Center for Apostolic Technology at the University Catholic Center on the campus of the University of Hawaii. Now let's get straight to the tech. You may be wondering why we're showing off a postage system. I mean, it doesn't strike you as really geeky or really technological. But this is from Dymo, and you may remember Dymo from a couple of episodes ago. We took a look at the disc writer, and it just was able to take your writable CDs or your DVDs and turn them into works of art. Well, what that did for those DVDs and those CDs, this does for your postage, which is it makes it simple to make it efficient and effective and professional. Now, we met Dymo at Showstoppers this year at CES 2008, and they showed off a table of goodies. And when we came upon the desktop mailing solution, we thought, this might be something that our audience members who are on eBay or on Craigslist or who sell a lot of things online might want. Not only that, if you run a home office or a small office to a medium business, this might just be something that you could use to make your operations just a bit smoother. Now, we've had a couple of months to play with this because we needed to test both the hardware and the service, and this is what we found. The Dymo Desktop Mailing Solution is an all-in-one shipping shop that gives you an easy way to prepare and mail letters or packages via the U.S. Postal Service. Included in the box is the label writer, a 5-pound digital scale, a roll of stamps, a roll of mailing labels, and all the various cords, cables, and adapters that you need to get up and running. Aside from convenience, the main selling point of the Dymo Desktop Mailing Solution is that it is a no-fee service, meaning that you only pay for the cost of consumables on the face value of the postage that you use. There is no monthly fee, no surcharge for using the service, and no hidden charges for the convenience of printing postage on your desktop. The Label Writer Twin Turbo Printer is itself an interesting device because it uses neither ink nor toner. Rather, it prints at up to 300 dpi with a quiet and clean thermal print head. Though it means that you have to use heat-sensitive labels, it does save you the hassle and cost of having to buy additional consumables. The label writer comes with an AC adapter and is connected to your computer via USB. True to its name, the Label Writer Twin Turbo can be loaded with 2 different types of labels, up to 2.5 inches wide, and of pretty much every length. The scale, a USB-powered unit that can handle packages and letters up to 5 pounds, is automatically recognized by your Windows computer. It features a flip-up tray, an LCD screen so that you can read weights even without the computer interface, and buttons for power, readout holds, conversion, and zeroing. You can also power the scale independently of a USB connector by using the 9-volt battery clip and compartment on the bottom of the scale. Loading up the label writer is simple. There are 2 spools with lockable wheels that are mounted into the cover of the printer. You simply follow the arrows on the spools and loading the mailing labels on the core, then secure them with the wheel. After feeding the label strip into the printer, you repeat the process with the stamp spool and close the printer. The printer is now primed. Once you've connected both the scale and the printer, you simply launch the included software suite. If you've used any of the Dymo label software, this suite will be quite familiar. But even if this is your first Dymo product, you'll quickly learn all the functions and features of the software. It's essentially a word processing program for your labels. Pick the label type, add names, graphics, barcodes, and the like, then print it. It's really that simple. You can also import your address book or run a mail merge directly from the Dymo software. The stamp part of the Dymo Desktop Mailing Solution is powered by Endocea's Postage service. You get this program by logging into the site and setting up an Endocea account, then downloading the software. This has to be one of the most simple postage programs I have ever used. It has icons for all the most commonly used functions like buying postage or labels, as well as quick stamp buttons for those times when you just need a stamp on the go. If you are sending out packages, simply place your item on the scale, click Weigh, and the program will get the weight from the scale, calculate the various postage prices, and give you a list of shipping options and prices. Choose the one that you want and you get a preview of your postage. Click Print, and the Twin Turbo prints out your postage while the program will automatically deduct that amount from your account. After the label and stamp have been printed, you simply tear them off on the blade edge built into the Twin Turbo, affix it to your package or letter, and you're ready to go. The Dymo Desktop Mailing Solution is available online for an average of $200, though we found it for as low as $150. Consumables for the Dymo Desktop Mailing Solution will vary in price depending on the type of labels that you need. A roll of 350 single-address labels like those included in the kit will run you a little less than $20. You can expect to pay another $20 for a roll of 200 stamps. That does add a bit of a premium to the price of postage if you just send out letters, but the convenience could be worth it if you run a small to medium business or if you regularly send packages.
Now we know that this gadget isn't for everyone. I mean, if you don't send out a lot of letters, if you don't send out packages, if you don't sell items online, there's no reason for you to have your own post office on your desktop. But if you do, this is a fantastic solution. We've had this for 6 months now, so we have been able to test out the scale and the printer and the service, and everything just works so flawlessly. It's so easy. Once you get it set up, you're always a couple of clicks from completing your order, from sending out your mail, from getting everything just done the way you want. Not only that, surprisingly, we found out that we actually saved money. That's right. It's kind of counterintuitive because when you think that you have to actually buy the consumables, I mean the labels and the stamps, you'd think that this was going to add a premium over just going down to the post office or your bank and buying a sheet of stamps. But what we found was because we could get an exact metering of our postage, because we could only print up the stamps that we need, we actually spent less on postage in this office than we did when we were using sheets, because that means that we don't lose sheets of stamps. We don't have to put 2 or 3 stamps when 2.5 will do. We don't have to make up for postage changes, and that just makes a difference. I mean, it means that you don't have to have that drawer that's filled with odd postage and stamps that you don't want to use anymore. If you are looking for a way to make your office run a little bit smoother, if you run a home business or a small business or even a medium-sized business, if you want something that's just going to take the guesswork out of sending packages, then you may want to take a look at the Dymo Desktop Mailing Solution. Now, if you want to find out more about the DMS, you can always go to our website at www.thetechstop.net. If you click on the Gadget tab, you'll be able to find links to where you can buy the Dymo Desktop Mailing Solution, as well as all of our episodes in high resolution. If you want to send us an email message, you can reach us at gadget@thetechstop.net. Now, one more note I want to mention. You may remember that my sister Melanie actually works for the Tech Stop. She writes, and she's an occasional co-host whenever we can get in the same state. Well, she has a little giveaway that she's organizing through the Tech Stop and Spec. She is trying to share some of her knowledge as years of a technical recruiter, of an HR headhuntress goddess. And she's put up a couple of her articles that show the funnier side of recruiting, and she's going to try to give you job tips for when you're looking for your next uberGeek placement. Now, what she wants is she wants to hear from you. You can write her at melanie@thetechstop.net, and she wants to hear your stories of your worst job interview, your best job interview, or maybe your own personal hints and tips for how you land that next job. And what we're going to do is we're going to take all the people who send her email messages, we're going to combine it with the people who are registered on the techstop.net and on the Gadgets YouTube channel, and we're going to select a couple of winners who will take home a spec product. That's right, a covering for one of your Apple products, so be it an iPod, an iPod Touch, an iPhone, or maybe even your MacBook. So if you like some gadget goodness of your own, be sure to register on the Tech Stop, register on the Gadgets channel, and write my sister so that, we can fire off some cool stuff to you. That's all the time we have for this episode of Gadget. I've been your host, Father Robert Balaser. This has been the Center for Apostolic Technology. And remember, there's no uberGeek without you.